Hello, in today's video I'm going to give you a tour of all of my journals whilst eating peanuts. I'll probably try to keep the eating peanuts to a minimum, but they're quite yummy. So, I've kept a journal since I was 13, but I did keep one journal from when I was 10 till 11, but that one's a bit more sporadic, so I've named that one number 0. I'll show you the piles. I have I'm on number 36 now, so this is the piles. The piles of journals. I guess we'll start with number 0. So this was my journal from 11th of October 2010 to the 20th of July 2011, with a large gap in between. This notebook started out as a guidebook to travelling the world. How to start off your journey. You will need a boat or a van or both. I then proceed to talk about attaching the boat and the van together with some strong rope and nail it to either side of the boat and van. You can either tow the boat along the road with special wheels on the bottom of the boat, and then I never carried on from there. I'll read you the first entry, or some of it. Hi diary, first time to write in you. My name is MCH. I have the most cutest panda ever invented. I think I was talking about him. Perhaps that's not strictly true, but anyway, his name is Fluff. Yes, that's Fluff. This is so funny because it's backwards. Fluff. My sister is called Daisy CCH. It is 2 minutes past 9 p.m. by the way, so I'm going to stop writing this now. Anyway, my torch is fading, and if I was going to carry on writing, then I would need to squeeze it up. I had one of those torches that you go, it was like a little penguin, and it had an arm, and then you squeeze the arm from side to side to charge up the battery of the torch. Good night. Just give a flick through. I'm not going to be reading out the entire journal. That would just be ludicrous. This one is mainly writing, and then there's a snippet in here which I think was of the New Year 2011, and I started it in a new notebook, but I then ripped that out later because I wanted to use the notebook for something else. Dear Journal, oh, it feels so great to be writing in you. I want to tell you all about what I did today and all about myself, but I don't know which to start with. I think that I'll start by telling you what happened today, and you can find out about me as I go along. Blah-de-blah-de-blah-de-blah. And then, so this one was sort of October then of 2010, then it became 2011, and then the last bit of this journal is just a few bits from 2011. You must wonder why it's 2011. Well, I haven't written in my journal for over half a year. Sorry that I haven't. I am 12 years old now. Last time I wrote in you with a different pen, I was 11. Well, now I'm 12. I'm sitting at the bottom of the stairs with our cat Tallulah sitting in front of me. Mummy has just come downstairs and is washing up a frying pan. I think it's time for breakfast now, so I'll write in you a bit later, okay? Goodbye! And then that was the end of that one, and that was in 2011. And I'm going to put this in the box behind me. I then didn't start my number 1 journal, which is this one, until the 14th of September 2012. So this is number 1, and this feels like the real starting point because after this it just snowballed. I'll read you the first entry of this one too. Chris and Francis are coming in a minute, so I'm just writing this as quick as possible. My name is... I am 13 and I love reading, writing, singing, drawing, doodling, drawing Fs like this, and bunches of other stuff. Oh, and I also have a sister who can be really nice sometimes, but she can be a pain in the butt, especially when she beats me at chess. She always wins. Anyway, I'd better go now. Catch you later. Kiss, kiss, kiss. P.S. You'll learn more about me as I carry on writing. This journal I had for just over a month, from the 14th of September 2012 to the 17th of October 2012, which is not very long. I'll give you a flick through. This was my journal. The Journal of a Teenage Girl, copied from Anne Frank. Here's a picture of my phone that I drew. Just going to do some sketching on my phone. Some Jacqueline Wilson stickers there. We went on holiday and decided to stick in some loo roll from the house that we were staying in. I think just because probably at home I had boring plain loo roll. It's a photo of One Direction. Tracy Beaker. Another photo of One Direction. Homework for Stagecoach, because I went to Stagecoach and we sang a song called Sparks, and it goes, I'm happy to see you, you're setting me off like sparks, you ignite all the colours inside my heart. I don't remember the tune. There's a note here from my aunt saying someone to add to the collection, which was when she sent me a panda, who I've named Euston here, but I don't know who that is. None of those guys. I'll read you the last couple of entries because it's kind of hilarious. Wednesday the 17th of October 2012. I'm listening to Payphone by Maroon 5. I love it. It's my favourite song. Last night I had a dream where I slept in a ditch with Mary. Then Daisy, Grace and Mida came outside and said it was cold. Mary said, no it's not, it's all nice and warm. Now I'm listening to R.I.P. by Rita Ora. I also had a dream where I went in a hot air balloon that landed in the water. It said my name on it in big writing and Daisy's in really small writing. It was a really weird dream. Ages ago I had a thought. Imagine if Mida hit me over the head with a hammer. Well, she didn't actually hit me, but she was about to, and then I started crying. I told Mida that it was a dream, though. Goodbye. Kiss, kiss, kiss. And that was the end of that one. I seriously doubt that Mida might ever come across my YouTube channel, but in the instance that she does, hi Mida, it's me. I was a little bit obsessed with you when I was 13, and I didn't hide it very well, and probably made you feel a bit awkward, so sorry about that. So that's the end of number 1, and now we move on to number 2. Here's the front cover. This one was from 17th of October till 2012 till the 14th of November 2012. So this one was also only a month. This one has a front page. This one introduces Hazel and Blue, which were I copied the idea from my sister to have like an angel and a devil kind of vibe going on. I think I might have to do this video in 2 parts, you know. There's a lot of journals. We could do 1 to 10. I have 3 parts. Anyhow, they were an angel and a devil that I would just write from the perspective of... I don't actually know where they... Oh, here they come in here. So then I would write in different coloured writing. This was blue, this was me, and this was Hazel. And I'd have conversations with myself, I suppose. So I'll read you the first entry from this one. I like that I'm reading the first and last entry, that seems fun. Wednesday, 17th of October 2012, 9:30 p.m. I have written my first journal, now it's time to write my second. I have to write this. Mida sent me a letter. Oh gosh, here we go. Dear Jazz, thanks for your lovely letter. Don't worry too much about who likes who. You're a brilliant friend and you know in your heart that's the truth. I like you and Mary equally but differently. See you on Wednesday. Love from Mida. Is it... I don't know if it's weird to share this on the internet. I'd written her a letter saying, do you prefer me or Mary? Because I wanted her to prefer me, obviously. So that's that. And I'll just give you a little flip through. It's mostly, in these times, it was mostly writing. There wasn't much sort of sticking or anything. And I'll read the last entry. 8:42 p.m, presumably on the 14th of November 2012. Been to Mida's house once before, so this is the second time. They've got a bunny rabbit that roams around the house. Oh yay! Right as rain. I love this song. My hand aches. Hopefully I'll be taking my new journal to Mida's tomorrow. Blue's voice. Should I do different voices? No, I'll just say Blue. No, I think you should wait until we get home so we can properly upgrade. Hazel. Oh, I like this song. Me. It's called Make You Feel My Love. Anyway, good night. Hazel says, don't let the bed bugs bite. Blue says, sweet dreams. And that's the end of that one. And then I did a goodbye page. Oh, that was actually on the 14th. I just said, right, it's time to say goodbye, and that was the last entry. So this was number 2. Now is number 3. Our third journal. And in this one, we add 3 new characters to the repertoire. Has it? Repertoire? This is such a strange notebook. It had this like little pocket in it that you could put stuff in. I have no idea where it came from. And this one was from 15th of November 2012 till the 19th of January 2013. So this one's probably the longest so far. Our third journal. The J is meant to look like that. I was drawing bubble writing and I didn't really do the J very well, so I just added these little blobs on. It looks silly, but I decided it was meant to look like that. Here is a note from Future Jazz 5 years later, so it would have been 2017. You are a bit lame and weird, but you're only 13, so it's fine. P.S. You have a girlfriend now, OMG. Yeah, that would have been December 2017 then. First entry of journal number 3. 15th of November 2012, Tuesday, 1:20 p.m. Journal number 3. I'm going to get a special pen for Hazel and Blue, but for now they're just going to be using fine liners. I had my tutor this morning. I just went and got some sweets from my sweet supply from trick-or-treating. I have got 3 love hearts in my mouth, all in one go. Now I've finished them, I'm going to eat a scream egg, and I'm going to go outside with Daisy. I'll be back in a min. 2:03 p.m. Hi, I just went on my bike and now I'm going to go get another sweet with Daisy. I'll be right back. 3:12 p.m. Sorry that I didn't come back straight away. I was just finishing off a sleepover that Minnie, Fluffy Boy, Fluff, Ying Ying, Little Ted and Honey were having. All names of toys. Then we were going to do school, but we had to leave for art. Maybe when we get back from art, but we might have to have tea. Oh well, after tea. Art starts at 4 p.m, but Mummy and Daddy had to do some post. The car's siren is going off, it just stopped. And the doors are locked so we can't get out. Mummy and Daddy are back now. Yay! Mummy bought us some crisps. Yum. And I am eating a humbug now and saving my crisps for art. What I don't like about humbugs is that they have toffee in the middle. Me and Daisy are trying to speak in American accents. It's failing, sort of. A few nights ago I had a dream where I was driving a car, and I felt so illegal. It was weird. We are taking off our American accents for art. I'll carry on, I'll finish this whole day. 6:47 p.m. Hi, I have to go to bed at 7 p.m. and go to sleep at 8 p.m. 7:50 p.m. The reason we have to go to sleep at 8 p.m. is because we have to leave the house at 8:30 a.m. because we are doing a Children in Need bake sale, and we are actually baking the things we are selling, and it's for a homemade group that Kent has set up, and we have to be there at 10 a.m. and the only bus to Lewes goes from Uckfield, so we get the bus from East Hoathly to Uckfield and then the bus to Lewes from Uckfield. Got to go now, bye. Good night. And then I drew a pudsey, which you probably can't really see very well. And then I'll give you a flick through this one. I liked to do my dates at the top of the page like this. Oh, that's fun, the stars. And then this is some conversing between me and my 4 other characters that lived in my head, except that Fluff, which is this one, is a panda, but still the voice of whom lived in my head. Christmas time, mistletoe and wine. I got these fun pens for Christmas where you could draw on it and then a different colour would come up when you drew on it in a different colour. Oh, I then did like a sort of fact file for each of my characters. Oh, and this is a fun drawing of an old brand of chewing gum that I don't think exists anymore. And this is me drawing Little Mix's names. I was trying to get myself to dream about them, so I thought if I drew and wrote about them, then I would have a dream about them, which I did. So I made a sort of fact file for every character, and I did like a sort of... These were called top models, and you could just draw your own clothes. They gave you the outline of the body, and then you could draw your own clothes and hair and stuff. So this is Hazel, whose date of birth is the 31st of October 1999, which is not the same as my birthday. Probably because I wanted, well, star sign Scorpio. This is Blue. Very blue. Oh, hi, we're listening to Paparazzi by Lady Gaga. Now it's playing Nobody's Perfect by Jessie J. It says fuck in it and says shit in it. Oh dear. Oh, here's a drawing I did of my phone at the time. Quite cute, isn't it? Just another picture that I drew of my phone again. I then did fact files for my other 2 characters. This is Ruby. She was like my sort of fun, more boisterous side. Hazel was like devil mean, but Ruby was like fun and kind. Lastly, Bliss, who was like the shy, sweet one. Most of this journal appears to be me conversing between my characters about going on the iPad and what we want to do on the iPad. So I was only allowed an hour a day, so I usually split it into 10-minute chunks and then would go on Google Earth for 10 minutes, Minecraft for 10 minutes, Temple Run 2 for 10 minutes, Paper, which was this app that you could draw on, I guess like a precursor to Procreate, but not really. Another 10 minutes of Minecraft and 10 minutes of random. I don't know what I would do with my time spending 10 minutes on Google Earth, but that's kind of fun. That's what I would do. I think that I remember it making the iPad really hot because it used a lot of power. The last entry in this journal, the 19th of January 2013, Saturday 8:33 p.m. This one's quite long. Hi, do you like my new rub out pen? It's one of those pens that you could write with and then it would rub out. I don't think I did a demonstration. I got it today in Lewis. Okay, I'll explain what happened today. Daddy drove us to Stagecoach and he topped my phone up with £10 because I only had 20p left. Then we went into Stagecoach and our first lesson was drama, then singing, then dance, and in drama I found out who I was going to be, Frenchie, in our production of Grease. When Stagecoach was finished, we went and waited at the bus stop with Sophie. Who on earth is Sophie? I don't remember. And Daisy made a snowman. Then the bus came and we got off in Lewis and walked to Natasha's house. When we got to Natasha's house, we went straight back out again to go shopping. We went into W.H. Smith's and I looked for a purple one of these rub-out pens, but I could only find one in this colour, which is blue. Then we went into New Look, but I didn't buy anything. Then we went into M&Co, my favourite shop as a teenager, and I got this really nice yellow t-shirt. Here's a picture. That was actually a nice... It's not a t-shirt, it's more like a blouse. But it had like a tie bit at the bottom. Then we went into Riverside and I bought some lemon bonbons. Riverside was just like a little... Well, it's still there, but they just have like sweet shops, a haberdashery, a cafe, etc. by the river. And Natasha bought some popping candy. It's like you put it in your mouth and it pops in your mouth. And I was walking along and I kept jumping and saying, ow. Then we went to the roller disco, and when we played the game where the skate guards tag you and you have to sit out if they tag you, I deliberately skated in front of Emily, but made it look like I was trying to get away. She tagged me, and Chloe was there. Don't know who that is. She walked in through the door and she was wearing leisure centre clothes for the swimming pool. She's Emily's friend. Anyway, I'm just going to turn my light out, then I'll be back. Emily was another person that I had a weird fixation on. She was a skate guard at the leisure centre roller disco. And she was probably like 4 or 5 years older than me. 9:53 p.m. Hi, okay, we're all going to say bye. From Hazel. Bye, been nice having you. From Blue. Bye, Journal, thanks for always being here. From Ruby. Bye, I didn't spend much of my time writing in here, but it's been good to have you here. Thanks. From Bliss. Bye, it's been nice to have you here. From Fluff. Bibney, me so tired. Bye, Journal, this is me. Bye, Journal, I'm sad to leave this journal behind. I think this one is my fave. And now it's the 20th of January 2013. And this is my 4th journal. Cute picture of a cat on the front. More Jacqueline Wilson stickers. In the front it says, front cover illustration, Tabby in a Steen, German, 1906. Photo copyright, Martin Breese, Retrograph Archive, London, 1993. I have no idea where this notebook came from. Probably my grandparents or something. Oh. Yeah, I think so. Because at the top here in this corner, it says, I didn't do that, Uncle Ben did. So it must have used to belong to him. 20th of January 2013. 9:25 a.m. Sunday. Hi, I'm just about to eat breakfast and I'm starving. It might seem a bit late to be having breakfast, but it is Sunday. Anyway, I'm just going to eat my breakfast. 9:39 a.m. Daisy is making eggy bread for her daddy and mummy. When she's finished her breakfast, we're going out in the snow. I'm going to wear my ski trousers, ski jacket, ski gloves, and my snow boots. I had a really good idea of an igloo, I'm just telling Daisy. 1:11 p.m. Bobo, Pops, Uncle Robbie, Auntie Bee, Vinny, and Uncle Ben are coming for lunch soon. So don't be surprised if I break off abruptly. When I went out in the snow with Daisy, we pulled each other along the road in the sledge. Then we went into the quadrangle and started making an igloo with a garage, and I made the body of a snowman and put my hat on it. Gracie, Jack, George, Phoenix, Forrest, and Huxley are out in the snow at the moment. They were our neighbours. Ooh, Mummy just gave us a snack. Salmon and cream cheese on toast. You can tell how middle class I am, eh? 3:21 p.m. I have just had lunch and I have a headache. Uncle Robbie and Uncle Ben are not actually here. The iPad is sitting right next to me looking so tempting, but we're not allowed to go on it when there are people round. Well, I haven't exactly asked Daddy whether I can go on it, but he would probs say that. Maybe I'll just go on it. Bye! 6:06 p.m. I only went on it for about 10 seconds and then I just played around with Vinny and Daisy, and then after a while we went out in the snow again and played around on the sledge. Then we came inside and Vin, Auntie Bee, Bob and Pops had to leave and Daisy might be watching a One Direction DVD after she's had tea. I'm not having tea. I'm not having tea because I'm not hungry. I'll get to go on the iPad while she's watching it because I don't want to watch the DVD. I'm going to make a list of all the swear words I know. Fuck, shit, wanker, cunt, sod, bloody, cock, dick. I can't think of any more. Yawn, I'm really tired, my head still hurts, and my eyes hurt. I'm going to go and ask if I can go on the iPad yet. Bye! I'll give you some flick through. Lots of Jacqueline Wilson stickers. I Heart Little Mix. A collage page for Little Mix and an iTunes card. More Little Mix. Oh, that's where my obsessions was going at that point. This is when I went to the Tate Modern. Where my dad is DJing on next Friday. Oh, here's more of the Liechtenstein stuff that I saw at the Tate. There was another postcard here, but I've written a long explanation of where that postcard is. I had to take the postcard out of here for an art project. I am now 17, it's the 14th of September 2016, and I'm doing a double art A-level. I'm sort of in love with someone you haven't met yet. His name is redacted, and he's fucking adorable. Only problem is, he lives in redacted, and also I feel very gay. As in, I couldn't go any further than kissing unless he was a girl. Anyway, I better get back to my art homework. See you. There's a little snippet from the future there. Back to flipping through. Ta-da! This was when I went to see The Lion King. Some stickers and stuff. Fun arrow. A message from my Yogi Tea. Watch your thoughts. They start your actions. My tummy is making weird noises. I hope I don't get diarrhea again. I would not like that. This was my costume for being Frenchy. Oh, the last entry from this journal is a fact file for me. Dum da dum. Okay, let's get ready. Dum da dum dum dum. Name redacted. Date of birth redacted, because I don't want to share these details on the internet, maybe. Star sign, Cancer. Favourites. Book. Heart-Shaped Bruise by Tanya Byrne. Film, Ratatouille, still stands up. Food, chocolate. Album, DNA by Little Mix. Drink, water. Yum yum yum. Colour, purple. TV show, Tracy Beaker or The Dumping Ground. Breakfast, Country Crisp. Phone app, Minecraft. Perfume, Eau d'Elixir. Country, France. Restaurant, Terre Terre. Way to relax, on the sofa with a book and a cup of choco chai. Night out, seeing Little Mix live and meeting them afterwards. What do you never leave the house without? What do you keep on your bedside table? My tape player and a lot of other things. Last 5 things you bought. Drawing pins, cream egg, Ms. This was a magazine, and a top for fluff. Time to say goodbye, thanks for being here. I think this is my fave journal. Yeah, me too, thanks journal, you're great. My favourite was the one before this one. Bye, you were really nice, and you're my fave. Thanky danky Bibney. Is this going to be so weird to put on the internet? And that's the end of journal number 4. This is going to be such a long video. Journal number 5. Little Mix. I'm still obsessed with Little Mix. My journal, 13th of March 2013, Wednesday, 8 AM. Hi, I can't wait till Super Week. Super Week is a summer camp that I went on, and this was going to be my first one. Super Week. I made Fluff a onesie yesterday. It's so cute. Daisy made him a jumper too. I hope that Auntie B is free next Monday because I was going to get it. I hope that Auntie B is free next Monday because I was going to get it dip-dyed purple, but Auntie B was snowed in on Monday. I didn't really give any context there. I wanted to dip-dye my hair purple. I drew a little picture. That's the context. Oh, this one is fun. I'll give you some flip through. I just did lots of like drawing and outlining words, and that's fun, you know? Oh, that was some drawings of my favourite t-shirts. Or maybe I was trying to decide between which one to buy. No, I spent my allowance on 2 t-shirts and they were both £5. This is my packing list for Super Week. Lego stickers. LOL. Picture of a guy from a band called Union J. 8:30 PM on the 20th of May 2013, Thursday. Hi, I think that I might have time to start my strawberry journal today. I nearly dropped my keys down the plug hole. This next one needs keys. By the way, I'm listening to my iPod. Just gonna get the gang's pens. Bye. Hi guys, time to say goodbye. I did this fun little bit where everyone said goodbye, and I had these fun letter stickers. So that's the end of that one. And it was May 2013 when this one finished. Now this one requires a key to unlock. I'm going to stop the video because it's so long now. And find the key and carry on. I couldn't find the key for this one. Well, I didn't really look. I can't remember where I keep the key, but I will remember. And I'll do, I think the first 5 journals will have to be their own video because it got to like half an hour long, the video that I filmed. But the funny thing about these journals that I was just thinking is that they were supposed to, it's a padlock, so you can lock your thoughts away from prying eyes or whatever. But the funny thing is that they sold these in Paper Chase, and they had lots of different ones, and I also had another one further along in the line that also had a padlock. But they're the same padlock. And you could just buy, if you were someone who wanted to, say you had a sibling, like I think my sister maybe also had one of these as well. So she could just unlock my journal with her key. Anyway, that's funny. But thanks for watching part 1 of the tour of my journal collection. I hope you enjoyed it, and look out for part 2, which I might do. I'll do for next week. Part 2 will be next week. I'll just get through them, and that will be probably the next lot of videos, unless I get bored and want to do something else. So I'll do part 2 next week, but I won't commit to anything after that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Goodbye.